Hi, my name is Melissa from Nana the Virtual Assistant. I started this business to help people with email marketing to help clients generate more sales, nurture their subscribers, and build their email list to success. So, I'm going to talk about the consistent sauce, secret sauce to consistent sales today. This is all results from clients' emails list that they have, and you don't need a huge email list to see success. The idea is that you build your list legally and you drive traffic to your business or to your website. So, for example, this one client did a sale on the 25th of November and they made $5,000. This client makes around $6,000 a month consistently to build a huge amount of money with a small email list size. So I often say slow and steady wins the race with email marketing. It's one of those things that you can't just overnight turn to a ton of success. But if you do things right, you can build your email list. And when a buyer buys from your list or from your business, you can then market to them for future offers, future business. So email marketing is one of those things that people wish they started sooner and often regret starting it too late. This is another client. So you can see when the emails go out, their sales immediately go up every single time. On a Tuesday, you can see when the emails went out. And you can see the amount of traffic that just sending 1,400 clicks, $3,000 to a sale with an email list. So this was another $4,900. You can see it really builds success. This is someone's welcome series. So it's a welcome email. When people join your list, you should have a welcome sequence set up. And this person has made $2,000 from this one email alone in their welcome sequence. And they're over $5,000 with the whole series so far. We only set it up for them a few months ago, which is kind of crazy to think about how much revenue we were able to generate through email marketing. So now I have you hooked. Why does it matter? What do you notice? So obviously I screenshotted this from a while ago, but every single day I get an email subscriber to my list. And some days are more than others, so you can see. But what I like to show you that I have email opt-ins all over the place, and I get email subscribers every single day through lots of different ways. Through lots of different opt-ins, and they're all over my website. There are a lot of different places. When people buy a product, I encourage them with a download to join my email list. I send a follow-up email to customers and I encourage them to join my email list. There's a lot of ways you can do it. So lesson 1, how to grow your email list. You need an opt-in or a landing page. An opt-in is known as a landing page or a lead magnet. All three words are interchangeable. It's basically a web page designed to persuade visitors to give you their email address and their name, and often, sometimes even some people are doing cell phones to get some mobile marketing. Opt-in pages are free resource, a webinar training, exchange for the visitor's contact information. Some of my clients who sell like physical products often do, you can get 10% off your first order if you join my email list. So simply just having a coupon code attached to the email. So when someone joins, they get an email follow-up saying, here's 10% off the first order. Then the people place the order and now you have a subscriber on your list that you can market to in the future. So I'm going to show you what that is. So you want to have multiple opt-in offers, whether you have a website or whatever you sell. You want to get someone's reader's email address. It could be a worksheet, a printable, a cheat sheet, an ebook, a mini course, anything that solves a problem for your subscribers. A simple freebie, know your target audience will love, is an incentive to join your list, and you will see an increase in signups. Offer a webinar, offer a training. You could do paid ads with partners to opt in collaboratively. You can join your list with an email opt-in. No more adding lists, meaning you can't just add people's emails to your list to send an email. You also can't send an email from a free email address like gmail.com or yahoo.com. You need a paid business email address. So those are a couple hiccups that have been put in place since last year. It's important to have a paid business email address. You are responding to clients and customers with your paid email address. And then you are sending emails, mass marketing emails from your paid email address. So think of something that your audience would like, and that could be your free opt-in. Make sign-up boxes obvious. So when you have an email website, you should have your email opt-in everywhere. Homepage, stories and reels. You can have them as pins, so people click the pin and then join your email list that way. You can have it link in your bio or in your profile. You can have it at the bottom of your blog post, on your social media profiles, in your blog post, an announcement bar at the top, an about me page. A dedicated pop-up bar also gets a lot of email subscribers. Dedicated landing page and a sidebar, and anywhere you can think of and everywhere your email list should be. So for example, this one, first 10 steps to a profitable email list. So this person's collecting their email. They're not collecting their name, but it's just a mock-up image of what they are getting. 10 steps to a profitable email list. We're going to grab your email. This is Netflix, ready to watch. Enter your email to start your membership. Put the email in, get started. Member Vault, send me your email opt-in. Sign up for an email. This was another get free posters, get free this. It's an easy way to grab emails. It's just you create a landing page that looks essentially like this, or have some kind of opt-in where some people give their first name and their email, and then they get a subscriber. So like this one is selling decor. So they're giving free posters away. You put your email, your first name, email, and then you get the password to get this freebie. You can also use social media to your advantage to get more subscribers. So this person was promoting it on social media to get the emails. Click here to give them the link. People often say DM me to grab the link, or you can have it automated through a ManyChat. It's another automation feature. Here's a freebie, grab it now. Reels really have a huge reach of getting more subscribers that way too. How to nurture your list. So lesson 2. How to not go to spam is really important. So you want to make sure your email is verified. I had my website designer do it with, it's called DNS. You want to use a paid email, and you want to have double opt-in. So no matter what provider you use, you should always have double opt-in on. Why? Because it's forcing a customer to go to their email address, confirm your email, and then emails will automatically start ending up in their inbox rather than their spam box, because it's telling their email provider, whether it's Google or Yahoo or any other provider, that you are not spam and you want to do that. So having a double opt-in is a legal requirement in many countries. So you want to make sure that is on. No matter where you sell to, it's really important to have. I even recommend to subscribers, even if I don't sell in those countries, it's important to have it on, because it's going to guarantee someone actually wants to be on your list. You'll end up with less emails over time by having double opt-in on, but it's a big mistake, because the emails could be, someone could enter the wrong email address, and then you're paying for a subscriber on your email list that is not really a subscriber. And if they're not really a subscriber, they're not going to buy from you. They're not going to be a customer, all of those things. So it will negatively impact your open rates and click rates. You should always have a welcome sequence with your email list. A welcome sequence is helpful because it introduces your new subscribers to set the tone for future communications. It establishes trust, rapport, builds a relationship, and additionally, it increases your engagement and reduces the likelihood that subscribers from unsubscribing. A well-crafted welcome sequence can be a powerful tool for nurturing leads and growing your audience. So it's also really important to have a welcome sequence to introduce them to your business, because you want someone to be on your list who really wants to be there. So if you sell, let's say, jewelry or something like that, or if you sell printables in some way, if someone is not the right audience for that printable or for that jewelry piece, then you want them off your list. And I would rather be very clear with my welcome sequence. This is what I'm selling. This is my business. This is how you connect with me. Follow me on social media. Follow me, and this is how you get to my store. But you want to make sure you have the right subscribers. Amy Porterfield talks about this customer avatar. You want to have this ideal customer avatar in mind and target that avatar every single time you market your business. Personalized emails. I think this is really important. Are you there? Is this thing on? And I put first name here. So it will plug in someone's first name with the email provider. So we'll say, are you there? Is this thing on? Melissa. Is this thing on? Heather. Wait to hear from me. Use a person's first name in an email. It makes it seem really personal. They often think you're talking directly to them. Make sure the email is tailored to your ideal customer avatar. Make sure your subject lines are under 5 words. If they're over 5 words, I often add an emoji and keep them guessing. So this one size doesn't matter. And I added an eggplant, had a great open rate. And it was talking about email list size doesn't matter. Are you checking me out? Meaning this is an abandoned cart email. Had a huge open rate, huge click rate to get them back to the cart to make the sale. And then this is another subject line. My subject line was help is on the way. So obviously, Mrs. Doubtfire, I use that reference. If you're older and you know that movie, if you watched Miss Doubtfire a few times over the past months, this email sort of immediately caught my attention. LOL. So this person actually replied to my email. You can give surveys for product ideas. You can give them exclusive offers, exclusive sales. There's a no-brainer to have an email list, and really increases your rapport and business trust and consistent sales. This is another pin. So this person created a IEP snapshot. They have a freebie, and you can go to this pin and then get the freebie. And then you can connect with them. So offer them exclusive content, encourage feedback, use interactive content. So for example, this email I was talking about my favorite show is Virgin River on Netflix. So I talked about it, how excited I am for it. But the only thing I'm more excited about than Virgin River is email marketing. So I just plugged in a little bit of personality into that email. Encourage feedback, encourage response, use interactive content. Lesson 3, how to make consistent sale with your email list. So how to make more sales. Know your audience. That's really important. Know your leads, know your interests, know your challenges. Use your hook early. Grab your attention with a relatable problem or benefit. So for example, if I sell jewelry, for example, know what the audience wants with that jewelry line. Or if I sell a principal, know what they need or their pain point. If they sell to, let's say, if the principal's for helping stay-at-home moms with kids' activities, make sure that pain point is want to keep your kids engaged, that type of thing. Hook them early, show them value, why your product or service matters, and then have a one clear call to action per email. Click here to grab this product. Click here to read the blog post. Click here to go to the podcast. Whatever it is, make sure that clear call to action and content is valuable. Consistent emails. This really matters over time. I have people come to me all the time and say, I'm not making sales. And I go, well, how often are you sending emails? Well, when I remember the night before, like, you need to be consistent with email marketing, create a calendar, set up automated emails, establish a sending frequency. And people often ask me, how often should I send emails? I recommend once a week. If you can't handle once a week consistently, then do less. What works for your business might not work for mine. So that's important too. I started out with email marketing when I first started, and I was only sending 2 emails a month. I sent the first Monday and the third Monday. That's all I could handle. And I literally told my list, I'm sending emails on the first Monday and the third Monday. And then over time, I realized every time I sent an email, I was making money. So why not send it more? So I started sending every week. Use templates to save time, repurpose content, monitor and adjust your plan. Automation tools. Consider using automation tools to help your process. Welcome series, abandoned cart, product recommendations, re-engagement campaigns, birthday or anniversary emails, post-purchase follow-up emails, win-back campaigns. If they haven't purchased from you in a while, you can get them to come back to you, give them an offer to get them to come back. Event reminders or invitations, whether you're having a special event or you're going live on social media to talk about your product or service. Review and feedback requests, encourage reviews, simply just encouraging a review. I often add a coupon if people leave a review for a product they've purchased from me. So if they buy a product, here's a coupon, 15% off or $15 off or whatever it is. If you leave a review, more reviews lead to more customers, and content drip campaigns can help over time to build customer rapport. Measure and analyze. So monitor your metrics. What are your open rates? What are your click rates? What are your conversion rates? What are your unsubscribe rates? What are your bounce rates? What are your complaint rates? What is your list growth? Is it growing over time? And monitor those. If an email open rate is starting to go down, you got to evaluate, how am I doing those emails? What is working? What is not working? Maybe I need to change my system. Maybe I need to change a send date, all of those things. This is important too, is segmentation. So breaking down your email list into smaller, more specific groups based on characteristics such as demographics, past purchases, interests, or behaviors, and then tailor email content toward that group. So for example, if I sell jewelry, maybe I have a line that's just earrings, a segment, or maybe I have a line that people have bought my necklaces, or maybe I have a line that bought my bracelets. And then I market when I have a new bracelet to everybody, but the ones who have bought my bracelet before, maybe they get a couple extra emails because maybe they're more inclined to buy bracelets, or maybe they're more inclined to buy earrings, or maybe they're more inclined to buy principals, whatever it is. The subject lines really do matter. I often never open an email that says my latest newsletter. If an email subject is super intriguing, I promise you're going to get open rate. It's just human nature. So people are naturally curious. I use subject line to keep it interesting, and I check my subject lines with subjectline.com or sendcheckit.com. Subject lines really do matter. I try to keep them under 5 words or less, and that makes a big difference to my email list. Connect on social media. This is also really important. Direct them to your social media and engage them. Do a giveaway, live presentation, email them to get them on your social media, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram. For example, this person did, I'm going live on Instagram in 5 minutes. They emailed it out 5 minutes before, and then people clicked there, went right to their Instagram account, and then made it live. Their subject line was live on Insta, 5 minutes. And then the email was so short and sweet. Here's what I'm talking about, making better business decisions. Click here to join me. And then I clicked, went right to their Instagram account, watched their live of them selling their product. And that's a great way to get clients to your social media. And then you also want to pamper them, make them feel special. So, for example, save 25% today. I give gift cards out to people on my email list. So here's coffee on me. Just scan it, get a coffee on me. Open me for a pick me up. So obviously they're going to open it, really curious. It's a coffee gift card. Or today I'm giving away $100. So obviously you're going to open it up because you're like, wow, I could win $100. And then all they had to do was simply just reply to my email and say why they wanted to. So I had all these replies, winning $100 today. And then all I did was a canned response. Thanks so much for entering. Check your email tomorrow for the winners. And the next day, the winners are announced. And then the next day and these were all sale emails, trying to get them to open the emails and be converting buyers. It's also important to batch plan. So when I think of emails, I don't think of it the night before. I sit down a month before and do the emails for the next month. So for example, this month I'm going to be sitting down and I'm thinking about next month's ahead. And I use this simple batch planning template: sale email, nurture email, connect email, value email, whatever it is, and try to plan out how your month is going to go, because you can't always sell to them. And then a good general rule is sales emails should be towards the beginning of the month when people have more money, and towards the end of the month should be more nurture, connect, or teach. And you can use email scheduling tools to save time, batch schedule, all of that. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I went kind of fast. If you need to rewatch it at all, please connect. You can scan this QR code to get on my email list. I give one email a week on a Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. about email tips for growing your business. You can connect with me on Instagram and just send me a DM. I'd be happy to talk to you at any time. I'm on my Instagram I'm on there pretty regularly, so I really love Instagram. I also have a great Facebook group for email marketing that works if you want to join. I would love to connect with you. Excuse me. Just for being here, I'm really excited that you're here. I wanted to give you a free offer. So if you type in bit.ly/notanotherVA, it's case sensitive, so capitalize and not another VA, email or scan the QR code, you can get to a free offer of a bunch of free offers that I offer, including an additional training, free email templates, all these things to start email marketing, your email marketing journey. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to talk to you more. I love to connect with other business owners and talk email marketing any day, anytime. My husband often jokes that I need more hobbies. Email marketing is my hobby and is my passion and it is my business. So I would love to talk to you about it. But again, take advantage of the free offers. I would love to talk to you. Thanks so much. Bye.